Holy friggin' cannoli, Chads. We had an excellent matchup happen yesterday at the AIGA Global Grappling event. First of all, it is absolutely mind-boggling that more people aren't watching this. I mean, we got freaking high-level matches, and it's only got 60,000 views on YouTube. So do yourself a darn favor and go over and watch these freaking awesome scraps. But anywho, I'm going to be breaking down a Chad versus Chad matchup here, okay? We got Deandre Corbe versus Dante Leon, and I tell you what, this was a scrap. It was a Chad's delight to watch. So let's just get right into it, break down this excellent match between these two Giga Chads. The match starts off with this nice wrestling exchange. Dante is using level changes and faking, but he's not moving his feet. So he keeps his lead leg planted when he fakes and doesn't move it back when he retracts his fake. Therefore, Deandre notices this and uses it to time a single leg when he does his fake once again. Once again, Dante steps in to fake. He brings his level up without moving his leg. Deandre times it with a nice little elbow pass to get past the hands defense and into the single leg, and he scores this initial takedown to go up 2-0 early in the match. Later on in the first period, Dante is able to get a scoop grip on the far leg and enter this waiter sweep position. Deandre keeps a nice stable base and brings him back into his half guard, but then once again, Dante gets a nice little scoop grip and gets underneath Deandre. Deandre is doing a good job monitoring the far foot and hand, but Dante does a good job collecting the far foot and sits Deandre to his butt. Deandre does a great job not just conceding the sweep and once again diving back under the leg for like a leg scramble wrestling style defense, comes back up, elevates, and gets back up on top to not concede the sweep, just being kind of stingy and not giving up points in this situation. Excellent guard work by Dante, and then excellent counter sweep grappling by Deandre. Once again, Dante gets a far scoop grip but decides to invert this time. Deandre does a good job of sitting back, not allowing Dante to come up and get his back. They square up and get into this double-seated guard position, trying to find a leg attack of some sort. But Deandre does a great job being aware of not giving up points and comes back up on top to not concede a sweep. Once again, Dante hits a very nice inversion, but Deandre stays calm, cool, and collected and keeps the feet off of him and off of the mat, so Dante cannot easily wrestle up. And from this position, Deandre knows Dante is going to want to wrestle up, so he waits until Dante makes his move, and then when Dante comes up, he uses heavy hips and escapes his feet and clears his knees and is able to maintain top position and get back into a good passing position and stay safe. Needless to say, you guys should be seeing a theme here, alright? It's the excellent wrestle up and excellent sweeping of Dante, countered by the gyrosphere of Deandre Corbe and his ability to clear his legs and clear out of trouble and not be swept. This was the story of the match. Once again, surprise, surprise, they're in a very similar sequence once more, but this time it was freaking sick, okay? This was just beautiful to watch. Dante is able to get to the feet. Deandre is able to scoop back under a leg into like a K-guard outside Ashi position. Dante goes to Bolo, but Deandre does a good job of not exposing his back and comes back up on top once more like a freaking dog. Holy buckets, who would have thought? Once more, we're going to play this game, and it's not going to be the last time, okay? So yeah, here we are, X-guard position. Let's see what happens this time. Once more, pretty close to wrestle up, but then once again dives back on the leg and comes back up to face. And boom, look, watch this. Kabow! Beautiful Uchimata. No points were scored in this scramble. A lot of action for a very low scoring match, but absolutely beautiful Uchimata. Just great sequence right there. Then once more, they enter the position for the last time. Dante far scoop and is able to go in transition to the far leg, comes up for the wrestle up, knows the dive back into the legs is coming, does a good job protecting his feet, and stuffs it this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You ain't gonna fool me a third time, is what Dante said, and is able to stuff it and get a 2 points of his own there. And so we got first round, we got Deandre with the takedown to score 2 points, a draw in the second round, and then in the third round, Dante won 2-0. So it is going to a ref's decision. I really appreciate the gamesmanship by Deandre here, showing the judges, hey, how about that friggin' sweet Uchimata I hit? Okay, dude, I jacked him up, hit a sweet Uchimata airtime. That's got to be account for something. That is true gamesmanship, and I really appreciate it. However, it was not enough to sway the judges, and they gave the call to Dante Leon for the win. And that was a really gritty performance by Dante. Most guys, most average men would get frustrated after not being able to complete a sweep over and over again, but he stayed with it, he stayed composed, and he eventually got the sweep. And so that was just a mindset thing. I think he just staying cool, calm, and collected, and just trusting his jiu-jitsu, and he got the job done. So very awesome match, great performance by both of them. Neither of them should be ashamed by that. Low scoring, but probably one of the most entertaining low scoring matches I've seen. So yeah, make sure you guys watch the rest of AIGA. I'll talk to you chads later.